Hello, I thought I would just come and have a little chat to you if you've been thinking about joining Embroidery Club, but you're a bit worried because you weren't able to get materials pack and you're not sure if you're going to be able to source all the materials. So I thought I'd just do a little bit of a run through of most of the things that we're going to be using, and just hopefully sort of set your mind at ease that actually most of the fabrics for this club are going to be pretty easy to get hold of. There's nothing too sort of fancy or specialist. So I'm just going to sort of show you a few of the things that we're going to be using. So I've got this really nice 8-ounce denim here that's in a couple of the projects. You could use a different, you could probably recycle old jeans. You could probably find plenty of things in your stash that are a similar weight. But what I like about the denim is it's got those two different sides. It's got the dark on one side and then the light on the other. And we do kind of use that in one of the projects. I think actually in a couple of the projects. So yeah, denim is it should be pretty easy to get hold of. We've got just very plain cotton canvas. Again, that's a kind of probably again about an 8-ounce weight. Yeah, really kind of a basic. It's generally called cotton canvas, not heavy duty canvas. It's a cotton canvas, and that's a really useful fabric and should be pretty easy to find. Good old ticking, you should be able to get that from various places, in various qualities and colours. Most of the projects on this, well, all of the projects are using a blue ticking in this embroidery club, but you could use other colours. It really doesn't matter. And again, raid your stash if you've got some. We do use quite a lot of this. When you sign up for the club, you will get sent a really detailed list of all the materials. What I've realised is I haven't sort of broken it down to how many metres of each thing, because quite a few of the fabrics we use across several different projects, and blue ticking is definitely one. I would have thought if you got sort of metre to 1.5 metres, you would have plenty for this club. We've got some really basic calico. You need at least about 0.5 metre of that. So that should be really easy to find. You want, if you can find it, the extra wide one. There's one, it's over 2 metres wide. So other than that, you could use a more heavy duty calico. That's for our basket project. So which you can see pictures of on the sort of listing for the Embroidery Club on the website. But you really just kind of want something that's not too expensive, because you're going to be using a big amount of it, and nice and plain and nice to stitch on. So I found this kind of medium weight calico is ideal. We've got this really pretty style fabric. So this is I just wanted a Christmassy fabric. So I bet you've got something in your stash that's Christmassy. If not, anything Christmassy is going to work. The project is kind of a red and white theme, so that's why I've gone for these little stars. And then and I've got this lovely washed linen. I think they call it enzyme washed linen. Really nice. Just what I loved about this is just that vibrant red colour. It's gorgeous. So yeah, that one. I don't think that's a difficult one. It's not like a hugely mega expensive linens. Obviously some linens can be sort of prohibitively expensive. So, it's just it's got a nice sort of weight to it. Again, it's kind of a medium weight, not a heavy rough linen, and it's not a dressmaking weight. It's kind of a medium. So you need to get yourself some of that. And then this is more of a curtain fabric. So this is for the final project of the club. So this is for our cushion, and it's like a sort of duck eggy blue brushed cotton, and again that's a curtain weight, so that might be the more tricky one to find, but maybe there's something you've got in your stash that you can use for that, or you could get a remnant as well. And again, the colour choice is yours. I've gone for that duck eggy blue, but it will work well with lots of other colours. Even with a cream, you could use some bits of the other fabrics that you've got, even like the red linen, or the denim would work quite nicely as well if you've ended up getting more of that, so don't worry too much. But that one, I still think, if you can find a nice curtain remnant that's in that blue colour, that would be perfect. And then that same project's got yet more of the blue tickings. That one, you will have noticed if you follow my work in any way, that blue ticking does appear quite a lot. It's a favourite fabric of mine. And then aside from that, you need your applique fabrics. There's quite a few. So these tend to be just those kind of lightweight cottons. You'll find those in the kind of patchwork part of the fabric shop. So we've got a bright red. We've also got a sort of more tomatoey red. Just looking at my little pile here. Here they are, hiding. So we've also got a more tomato red that we're going to be using for one of the projects. So hopefully you can sort of see the difference between those two there. We've got this lovely kind of coral pink colour, yellow, sort of it's what I call sort of sagey green or soft green, cream, which I use quite a lot of. I don't think so. I use it quite a lot in my work, but not so much in the club this time. This kind of lovely slatey blue, which is ideal. We've got a bit of black in there this time. Excuse me, covered in threads. That's the story of my life, being covered in threads. And we've got this cream and duck egg spot, which is really nice, and another kind of duck egg and white spot. Again, these could be different spots. These are just what I've sort of chosen for the projects. And then on the basket project, there's two different greens, and then so there's that spot. And then I've done for green linen, which is the same kind of weight, that medium weight as the red linen, but you could also use any green. It could be a cotton, it doesn't need to be a linen. I've just sort of gone for that for a bit of added texture, really. And then again, that kind of sagey green colour. So that's kind of your applique. That's all the colours I think that we're going to be using. Although obviously you can bring in all sorts of other colours. You know, if you've got little tiny scraps, often with applique, you only need a little tiny bit. So it's good to hoard all those tiny scraps. And then there's a few other just a little kind of componenty bits that you're going to need, like little magnetic snap. See if I can open it. There we go. One of those, really handy. So that's for one of the projects, and that has this little backers, and I use that kind of 25mm webbing generally to back those, to make them sort of not pull through the fabric. So you'll just need a little bit of webbing like that, or you can use a little bit of folded fabric. There's various things, so it doesn't have to be webbing. You do, for your Christmas crackers, you need some pretty heavy duty webbing. So you're looking at something, I don't know if you can sort of get a gauge of the weight of that. It's quite stiff, quite heavy. Most of the materials packs have got upholstery webbing, which is the perfect thing to use. We actually ran out, so some of them have got this webbing in, which is good as well, which is actually quite a better quality webbing. But upholstery webbing, if you know what I mean, it's kind of like brown and hairy, a bit like my dad. And then we have here as well just what I call a ridgy ribbon. I think its official name is gross grain. Not sure if that's correctly pronounced, but I've got that for the crackers. And then you'll need a red ribbon as well for one of the other projects. So I think that is all material. So I think hopefully you can see from that, it's nothing too major. I think you will find that you've got things in your stash, or you can easily source the fabrics and then, just have real fun making the projects and joining in with everybody. So hopefully, if you're wavering and you're wondering, is it for you? Hopefully that sort of put your mind at ease about the sort of fabric side of things. The sewing, leave that up to me. I'll get you sorted with your sewing. Right, we will see you later this month.